All right, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my 80,000 subscribers celebration. I guess you could call that. It's not really a celebration. It's just me chatting with you guys for the fun of it. Because, well, you know, um, there's still working on my next Transformers video and trying to take care of stuff and um, it's fun times. So I figured I could, I'll talk with you guys for a little bit. I'll go over some of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes on my channel and, you know, um, how I go about making a Transformers discussion video. I could talk about some of the projects I've got working on and some of the stuff. And I will say this much: the quarantine has been, you could say, it's been a challenge for my family, an absolute challenge for my family. And but I've also got some guests that I've invited if they come on. I got one going on right now, and here's Kato.
It's Kato.
You guys are not familiar with Kato from Kato's channel. I invited a couple other people, but we'll see if they show. This is like if nobody showed, then it would just be what it is. What it is, just be me just kind of talking for a little while.
Hey, everybody,
and just kind of go over some stuff that I got going on, and my content that I'm working on, and kind of a behind the scenes stuff. I've been customizing my studio series hot rod.
Oh yeah, what are you changing it? You changing that god awful yellow on the top?
Yep. I've already painted. The only thing that I'm having an issue with is his knees, and I actually took apart the legs and used an X-Acto knife to cut the part of the inside of the leg that's scraping along the yellow part, because the yellow circle is attached to the middle. So when you disassemble it, there is a lip that's kind of like on the inside sticking down, and when you kind of get in there, Larkin, you want to join in?
Come on, Larkin. It's only like noon for you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Big Shark already hitting with the super chat.
Thank you very, very much for that. If you guys want to, the other way that you can also help the channel is you can donate with a link. Either you can super chat or you can donate with the link that I just put into there, and that will help the channel out, because I got
every little bit helps.
Every little bit helps. Yeah, I've got rent to pay. So that's.
I got a question for you, Rodimus.
Go for it.
Do you plan on going to TFCon this year?
Yes, already booked the hotel.
Just booked my hotel today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You passed on Studio Series. Hold on a second. So this one here. So you passed on Studio Series like 8 times. I feel like Hasbro is going to give Studio Kingdom Rodimus relatively soon. Well, they're gonna do a Rodimus Prime.
Yeah.
But it's not going to turn into Hot Rod. So if you want Hot Rod, you get the Studio Series. If you want Rodimus Prime, you'll get it from the Power of the Kingdom line. I want to say Power of the Primes because I had the Power of the Prime story.
Very curious on how they're going to do that leader. Oh yeah, everybody's saying it. Let me say it too. Congrats on 80K, man. That's a big milestone.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. I'm watching the comments like fly, and I'm like, because you know what it is. I literally have 2 monitors, so like I'm like bouncing back and forth. I'm looking at comments flying up here and comments fly there, and I'm like, so sometimes I get a little disorientated as stuff is going on.
Yeah, it's easy to miss 1 or 2 or 12.
1 or 2 or 12. Let me actually do that. Let me actually.
Lone Dragon says, "Haven't seen you live since last night." Yeah, man, I'm all over the place. Apparently,
You're having fun. That's what you're doing.
I'm having a good time. Yeah, I'm having a good time, and that's when it stops being a good time. I stop putting out videos.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, that could. Well, if there's other stuff going on behind the scenes, it might be hard for you to make content. That's
also true. Also true. I'm trying to film a few things that I'm going to have go out in a couple weeks while I can't film.
I just sent Larkin an invite if he wants to join in.
Yeah,
Get our Hawaiian friend. Melakalikimaka, I think, is the Christmas, but it's like already 2 months past.
Melakalikimaka. I have to
There
say
we
it
go.
in the song. Yeah.
DJ Niaz the Fourth. I want to name the 3 Decepticons ultimate Doom Seekers: Beetle, Hornet, and Wasp. Oh, okay. So the Seekers in that episode, yeah, they didn't have names. But they were, one was like a dark green, and the other 2 were like Thundercracker colored, I think. And then there was the ones that were flying and they were chasing Skyfire. I do not have Cyclonus yet. I have not seen any on my shelves. Really? The last Kingdom toy that I saw on the shelf was Warpath, and I have not seen a single Kingdom toy since. And I got Warpath sitting on the shelf over there, which, by the way, I got Firetox's American flag, and that took me forever to paint.
I'll keep an eye out for a Cyclonus for you then. He seems to be floating around.
That's what I hear. I want him because I have yet to. I will not open up Scourge until I get Cyclonus, because I want to do I have Thundercracker and Skywarp next to Cyclonus and Scourge, just say looking in the mirror, kind of thing, which would be kind of cool to do, like that kind of scene.
I think, talk about looking in the mirror, I think Toy Hack should come out with a decal set for Optimus, like Siege or Earthrise Optimus, that on the grill is it Skywarp? No, it's shoot. When he runs into when he rams is it Ramjet? No, it's Thrust. Where he runs Thrust over in the movie.
Oh yeah. I was gonna do a couple of reenactment scenes with the Earthrise Prime and stuff like that, but my desk right now, I literally have Hot Rod in pieces. So I'm waiting for the paint to dry, and then the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some Mod Podge on Hot Rod's knees, and then once I get that done, I can reassemble him, because the rest of the paint has already cured enough that I can assemble them. But the knees are the thing that I'm waiting to dry, because I had to take them apart.
I live vicariously through y'all's customs.
What's that?
I live vicariously through y'all's customs. My figures live and die the way they come out of the box, unless I toy hack them.
Gotcha. So my opinion on Armada. I don't hate it. Larkin!
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
Look at that.
You got the kids in the background?
Yeah, I got the kids. Plus, my office is all messed up right now, so I don't really have an area to stream.
Gotcha. Yeah, otherwise I would show you my I wanted to I can't get this. The cord is not long enough for me to bring the camera over there, but you can kind of see in the background. And I have something planned. I have a second smoke screen and blue streak that I have a plan for.
Oh, what are you gonna do with it? Or is it a surprise?
It's gonna be a surprise. Yeah. I'm actually gonna make a video out of it. I'm gonna make a custom, and I'm gonna do something cool. So
cool.
I'll tease that now. It's I actually want to do a making a custom video. So
congrats on 80K. Man, I can't even imagine 80K.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Cool.
How long you been on, Rodimus? When did you start your channel?
My channel started in 2015. 2015.
Is,
Some people, they grow like exponentially. Like there are people who reached 100K within a year. And they're like now at 285,000 subscribers. And there are other people like myself that I work and I work and I work and I work and I put more videos out and it takes me forever. And then it like, you know, it's still, I don't get the traffic. I don't know what it is that I'm not generating the traffic for, you know, for my content. So
I think it's a lottery.
It's a lottery.
We were talking about that. We think it's a lottery. It's just like you just gotta. It's the right place at the right time with the.
I would love
crazy.
More victory toys. And thank you very much again for another super chat.
So yeah, the reason I think it's a lottery, I made a test channel just to test out these shorts, and in one day, it got over 100 subs and 14,000 views.
Out of nowhere.
And I can't
explain. Brand new channel, one video less than a minute long, 14,000 views and 130 subs.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't at all. That's why I'm thinking it's a lottery.
I wonder because you know, people are like, oh, can I abuse a ton with a ton of community posts? I wonder if that's something that like people do, like, and they get more content by doing community posts. Like if you do.
Here's the funny part with that test channel. I purposely only shared it to cater them. That's it. Yeah. I didn't share it to anybody because I kind of wanted. I was so curious. I didn't even post it anywhere at all.
It was completely raw, random content. And then we've all been toying around with these shorts, and we can't recreate it.
Yeah. The things that we do in the background is just so kind of funny.
I tried gaming the system by doing a poll on like there's a guy who has like over 1 million subs, and he posted a community post copy and paste that you can do, and he put it into a community post, and I watched him do it. So I did it on my second channel just to see if I got more views.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Nothing. I know exactly which one you're talking about. I watched that and I went through it. And
that is lagged. That is a real lag right there.
Your mic is set up.
Getting your mic set up. It's like already it took that long.
I did that same community post with the polls, and you ask questions, and I don't know. And the same thing with the shorts. We've been like the four of us in the background, me, Larkin, Inutabi, and Sardo. We've been toying around with these shorts, and Inutabi hit it one time.
I have not seen any of Sardo's content, and I'm wondering what's going on. Like I don't see anything that he posts at all. And
hit the bell.
It's weird. Like you have to go on to his you have to go onto his channel, and I wonder if maybe if there's something bugged in YouTube that just like it doesn't share people's videos for the same kind of content. And so like there was a point when I was getting 300, 400,000 views a video easy in a month, and that was around the time the Bumblebee movie came out. And all of a sudden it's just like roller coaster. One video does 20,000, one video does 80,000, one video does this, like, and I'm like you said, it's a lottery, right? And now there's more people, doing Transformers YouTube. So like, it kind of like maybe there's like a bit of competition, but it doesn't make any sense because more people would want to watch more stuff, you know?
I don't know, but I just got the notification. I just got the notification you were live. I
invited Deluxe, but he said he was a little too busy. But it was maybe next time. It's all good.
Yeah. I just got the notification that you were live just now.
Oh wow!
Yep, so did I.
So you're just getting it. So in other words, what you're saying is that like right now, if I go on to, so there's 100 people on right now, 100 people are watching. And you know what? At this point, like, why don't I do that? Why don't I give you guys a quick rundown about like what I've got, coming down the pipeline? I'll actually share my screen.
Cool.
And I'll frighten everybody for a moment. Share screen.
Speaking of subscribers, everyone in chat subscribe to everyone else that has a channel. Just click the button.
All right. So what you're looking at is my script for Trailbreaker.
Nice.
What you're seeing right now is how I end up doing this. Right now, this script in and of itself is 6 pages long. So you guys are going to get a quick glimpse at the video before it comes out. And I type everything. I even type the, until next time, till all are one kind of thing. So I type all that stuff out.
I'm already tired.
So Kato, this is why we don't have that many subscribers. We don't do any of this.
This is why we don't have 80,000 subscribers.
So I do the research on a character, right? And I will gather images. And I've got the toys here. So, I'll bring up, the box art and all that kind of fun stuff that I'll gain. And so here is the
tech specs.
Tech spec. And this actually helps with research for the character. This is what helps me get into the mindset of the character. I will read the tech spec and I will figure out about him. And then what I will eventually do is, darn it, where is it? Hold on a second.
Often mopes about his handicaps, but his bravery and defensive prowess is unquestioned.
Right. So when you see this, right, you see this this tech spec, and I read it, I go, man, I'm kind of like him. I have self-esteem issues. I look at Rodimus Prime, and I think about that character, and he's like my favorite character. But man, Trailbreaker is like, you read his tech spec and you go, they could have done so much with him. And he jokes around in the cartoon, right? So, he jokes around a little bit, and he goes like, what you need is a force field, right? Because he's trying to make light of a dark situation. And that's kind of his personality. And I'm kind of like that, not completely. I think I relate more to Rodimus, but, I look at a character like him and he's just awesome. I mean, I also have him filled in with the non-F parts.
Oh, you got the non-F fillers. Cool.
Yeah, they actually are nice.
Yeah, I gotta pick up a set. I got the one for Hoist, but I never picked up the Trailbreaker.
Yeah, I did the Trailbreaker and Hoist together. So, then what I'll do is after I do the script, I'll record the audio in a one read through, and all of my flubs, all of my mess ups, all are done like that. So this was about 15 minutes long, including with coughs and flubs and everything. And then I'll bring up here, this is my video editor. I use Corel Video Studio. Other people can use whatever they want. But I will take, this is the video done so far. So this itself is the actual audio. I actually recorded it in 2 parts because halfway through the video, I rewrote a paragraph. So I stopped recording and re-recorded it from that paragraph on. So I have 2 recordings, and, so what you see so far, this is how the video is going to look. And then I'll cut out the audio, and for the first part of the video, until I get to my intro itself, I will, I actually have my videos, these are the G1 episodes. And then I have all my stuff, organized. So I can easily put whatever I need to, in a spot. And, now I need to, edit all of the audio here moving forward. So I can switch over to the audio stuff here, and I will cut everything out until I've edited it all, which will take some time because I got to just sit there and listen to myself talk.
Again,
and then cut it. And then once it's all cut, what I'll do is you can see here are all the little audio cuts that I made, to cut out all the mistakes for the different parts at the beginning. And just so you can hear I'll actually play the first part so far. Some people use, you know, like I said, Sony Vegas. I see here. What some people use, you know,
Premiere.
I use Corel. Other people use Adobe Premiere. But Adobe Premiere, I find a lot of people, more people complain about Adobe Premiere than any other program that I've ever heard. So, you know, I don't have a Mac, so clearly I have a PC.
Yeah, Mac, they use Final Cut.
Final Cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people use Final Cut. So just to get a listen here.
The war between the Autobots and Decepticons took its toll on the energy resources on their home planet of Cybertron. To save their home world, Optimus Prime led a motley crew of Autobots aboard the Ark, which eventually crash-landed on Earth. However, the morale among them certainly comes with its challenges, especially with Autobots like the homesick Mirage.
Maybe we should repair our ship and go back to Cybertron. Forget about the Decepticons.
The paranoid Cliff Jumper.
Look out! Decepticons!
The pessimistic Huffer.
You, it was hopeless. I just knew.
And of
I can't wait for that toy.
Gears.
So, when do we roll out of here? This jumbo humidity is giving me a cramp in my chronometer.
Despite his own self-esteem issues, the Autobots can certainly expect a lighthearted joke from their defensive strategist, Trailbreaker.
Must be getting old, Ironhide.
So that's basically what you get, you know, out of the video. And so now what I'll do, like, I'm going to bring up, you know, it was not Hot Rod's fault. I cancel.
Yeah, again, this is the reason I don't have 80,000 subs.
Yeah, all your stuff is informational. So there's a lot of research. I mean, the stuff we put out are basically opinions. So
Tons
you
of
know,
research.
Right. Yeah. So like I will do a lot of that stuff, like with there's Fire Talks.
Hey, do you keep a database of character appearances, like in like, okay, this Trailbreaker appeared in episode this, and this, so you can kind of refer back, or is it all in your head?
A lot of it is in my head, and I'll go and rewatch the episodes. So like I actually go back and rewatch them all, like constantly. So I'm constantly watching like different G1 episodes and what have you, and like just so you can see like how much editing I did to get the this was the Hot Rod video, which was what, 21 minutes long. So like how much editing I had to splice in to get all the scenes, you know, into the video. And you know, as it continued on, you know, getting some other images in there, and notice I got a music track right here. I put a music track at about 5, a volume of about 5, and that underlays underneath the video.
That's where I put mine, like 4 or 5.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
So like I'll put it like right there, and I'll usually use Techno Axe because I like that. It's just got a kind of good like steady tone, and it's got a kind of good like techno beat to it. So, yeah, I do intend just so Fire Talks is asking, I guess, about Baltimore. I do intend to going. I actually have my hotel booked for Baltimore. Hopefully it happens, because San Diego Comic-Con is not happening, and they're doing it virtual, and I have no intentions. I don't think they're even going to do New York Comic-Con.
Probably not.
Like New York City is going to be under lock and key for like ever, which sucks for New Yorkers. Really sucks for them. I have a friend who lives in Queens, you know, like, I mean, because I'm from Queens, so like it, like he tells me, he's like, you can't go here, you can't do this, can't do that. It just sucks for people. And you know, he's got a Chinese restaurant, so
Let me ask you this, Rodimus. I saw it in the chat too, but I'm curious as well. Do you have any issues playing video clips, like the clips of the show? I've always thought that it's more about the music than it is the clip, like the shows, right?
The music is a big thing, which is why I am very, very, very careful about the clips that I use that use the Transformers the movie, because Stan Bush and like that music can get copyrighted pretty easily, because the system will pick up on it. But what I do specifically is I'll speed it up to about 6%. I will, if you notice that I use an overlay, which turn off resize, put resize back on. Notice that I use an overlay like on my videos. It actually kind of puts a grid in there.
Okay.
Blaster is on my list. Blaster is on my list, and I'll get to that in a moment. Thank you very much again for the super chat. But like I use an overlay that kind of like puts a grid over it, and so like even the I have like a thing that kind of like it's basically a full screen grid, and it's transparent, like translucent. It's by like about like 5%.
You see people doing
over it, but I speed up the video to about 6%.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, what was that?
I was going to say, you see people doing tricks like flipping the video and just making it different.
I don't flip it, but I do speed it up about 6%, and I only use if it is a voice clip. It's about 5 to 10 seconds is the kind of the threshold you can use. So like I'll use a clip from Call of the Primitives, and then I'll switch over to a clip, The Thief in the Night, and then I'll switch over to a clip in Return of Optimus Prime, and then I'm switching over to another clip of Return of Optimus Prime from another part of the episode or another episode. I'll use a still image. I'll use a clip from the movie. I'll use a still image. I'll use like a voice clip here. I'll use a piece of the comic book. So I'm constantly changing everything as I'm moving on. Why? For a number of reasons. It quite literally is fair use for me to use the clips as I'm using them. I'm only between 5 and 10 seconds.
You're doing something informational rather than trying to make. You're not trying to get money from a clip. You're almost
you're adding value to it as well.
Right.
That's exactly right.
Exactly. But the thing is that YouTube is, like you said, it's like a lottery. It's also an electronic algorithm, so it reads what you upload. So it's looking at your video and going, is this copyrighted material? Well, after it goes past a certain point, then it is, and then it will, kind of do something like it'll come back with a claim, and that was something I learned early on. Like when I first did the Who Became Cyclonus video, that was something that was, I had to learn. Like, this is kind of like what you do. You kind of do I'm the video version of TF Wiki. That's kind of a good way to describe me, maybe.
When I did the interview with Stan Bush, and he surprised me. He sang Dare and The Touch.
Yeah.
Right. As soon as the video uploaded, copyright. I was like, that's the dude singing it right there.
Yeah, because it picked up on it. Like when I do the Arise Rodimus Prime, I have to cut off like right there. Like Arise Rodimus Prime, Optimus, clip, cut. Like I need a cut right there. I can't go past that point because as soon as he says it'll get claimed.
All the AI overlords.
I messaged Stan Bush, and I was like, "Man, I got a copyright strike on you singing your own song."
What did he say?
He laughed, and he just said, "Yeah, it happens because of the." It actually was like a different country copyright, but it was like a different production company owned the rights to it in certain areas and stuff like that. But I didn't do that for anything anyway, and I was too thrilled that he even did it. So I was like, I'll demonetize it and just keep it there. Just stay on there. And
you could have appealed it. You could just tell me, hey, look, the guy's right there.
Yeah. So I do notice, I'm just going to say this. I notice people in the comments, and I'm not going to point anybody out in particular, but don't continue, add value to the conversation about the spamming stuff. Like I'm not spamming stuff. Like I was just going to say that now. Be considerate to other people, and just like, I'm not going to call out any names just for that reason, unless I see a comment that I want to share and I want to talk about. So I was going to say that. That makes sense?
Perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm noticing the chat. So yeah, I'm not noticing the chat, if that makes any sense. Otherwise, I'll have to put you in timeout.
Fairly obvious. Good grief.
Anyway, fact that he did so well after all these years said it was a copyright audio. So it was still awesome to hear it.
Yeah. But you're right though. Like because I did a video too on the intros of 1984. I think it was the top 10 intros of a certain year. I can't remember. And immediately it got hit because it was all theme songs. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, true.
Quick. And I knew that. I had no intention of that not happening. But it's it's not a copyright strike. It's where they say that you can air the video, you just can't make money on it. It doesn't. Yeah. It actually says this is not a strike.
Yeah, it's a claim. You got claim, not strike.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So Mixon asks, what were we talking about? Well, what we were talking about in particular was the fact that now that I've hit 80,000 subs, I'm showing everybody what I do when I make a Transformers discussion video, because my next Transformers discussion video, and I'm just gonna go over it a second time as to who I'm working on, and that is the wonderful bot who doesn't think as high of himself, even though he does have a lot of worth, and that is Trailbreaker. Got the toy sitting here on my desk for the Earthrise toy, and he is doing my next. He is who I'm doing a discussion, a retrospective on next, and I was showing some of the clip of the video because I have a Word document here that kind of gives you a brief rundown, so you can kind of already see what I've worked on so far, and that's just all right. Put you time and that's pretty much what So Roadblock Reviews says he one of his faves can't wait, and I'm glad. Yeah. Because he's a cat. You know what it is? Because like I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I'm at 80,000 subs, and you guys I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate everybody watching, and I honestly feel like Rodimus or Trailbreaker, I feel a lot like them, and like, you have responsibilities and you kind of want to go back to your carefree days. That's Rodimus. You have a lot of potential, a lot of capabilities that are and you have a good sense of humor, but you don't see yourself that valuable because you use up a lot of fuel. You need a lot of resources. That's me. Like I have kids to feed. I have a roof over their head. I that's kind of like how I feel. And so I'm just being open about it. And
one of the great things that they did with all the Transformers, even with something as simple as the bio cards and stuff, and in the show, but definitely in the bio cards and in the comics, is giving each character a personality, something that stands out. And one of the other big names to do that was Star Wars, right? Star Wars did a good job of creating a lore and a myth around characters that you may only see for 2 minutes.
Yep.
And they really did a good job of that in Transformers, because 30 some odd years later, we still remember not only the character and how it looked, but their personality and how they acted. And that is a huge testament to some killer writing.
Yep.
Back
really good writers. Very, very good writers.
That's one thing I liked about as a kid was the Marvel Transformers Universe series, where you got all the bios and pictures and everything.
I not only like that, but I really love the Dreamwave.
That one I missed out on.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, it is like an expanded, like if you liked the Marvel stuff that Buddy Ansky wrote, The bios there. Imagine that, but with Dreamwave art, but the bios are really cool because sometimes the stuff has like I'll bring up Trailbreaker here, because here's the Marvel one for him, and it talks about his weaknesses and stuff like that. But then the Dreamwave bio, check this out. It's written by Optimus from the data tracks of Optimus Prime.
Oh, that's cool.
And so the entire bio is written as if it's written by Optimus Prime. Then there's there's other characters that are written by someone else. Like Cyclonus talks about Galvatron. I think I thought that was really cool. The only thing that sucks about Dreamwave was the fact that Pat Lee didn't pay his people.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the title of that series? I wonder if it's on eBay or something.
The unfinished art for some of the issues is online. You can find stuff out there.
I absolutely loved what Dreamwave was doing, but I absolutely hate what Dreamwave did to their people.
Yeah, some of them went over to who was it? To IDW.
IDW.
I think because Nick Roche didn't, I know that, but I think Alex Milne did, and a couple of other artists and writers. But I do know that some of them went over it and did other comic book art, specifically Matt Moylan, who was big into Dreamwave at the time. Pat Lee still owes him a whole bunch of money, and he was on the channel, if you remember.
Yeah,
I had Matt Moylan on the channel. He did Little Formers, but he's also now for the Udon stuff, which is the Street Fighter comics. Dude, those Street Fighter comics are amazing, freaking amazing. So
I have not checked them out.
So it did retrospectives on basically every character in Wave 3. Sunstreaker, Run Amok, and now Trailbreaker of Earthrise line. Oh, so I still got to get Scorponok done, right? Movie tie-in stuff initially presented him Optimus, the brother of Sentinel Prime. Oh, that's Michael Bay stuff, and he kind of changed Sentinel Prime up how he wanted to, because that was also a cross between him and Ultra Magnus. Because they wanted to do an Ultra Magnus type of character, and then they turned him into Sentinel Prime. Have you seen my Sunstreaker video, Nixon? It was a pretty good one, I think. I think Kato was happy about that one.
Very thrilled. I was glad to see that one pop up.
Larkin, do you have any characters in particular that you still haven't seen that you want me to do?
Well, see, one thing but I guess it's the other countries, like the Japanese continuity, or even I'm always curious about the European one, because the Europeans had their own for a while with the Turbo Masters.
Okay.
And the what do they call the Thunder Clash?
Became Machine Wars, right? That became Machine.
Yeah,
Wars.
It became. So it's kind of like to me they're like the lost G1 stuff, like toward the tail end.
Yeah, I did not see Wave 3 of Earthrise on shelves either. I only got it from other means. Hasbro sent me a box.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
I'm seeing a lot of Kingdom Wave 1 here locally.
Kingdom. I only saw. I was just telling Kato before. I only saw Warpath on the shelf, and I have not seen anything since. And so the other thing is money. So even if I did go to the store, I didn't have I'm a money a little tight right now. I have rent to pay. So
yep, I just wrote down the whole budget, and I was like, well, glad that it's kind of a slow month for Transformers.
I still want to get Wave 1 of Kingdom, especially the Beast Wars characters. I've already gotten Rat's Right. My wife, when she went out shopping, she found Rat Trap. So she said I had to get him. She's like, I want you to take him out of the package. I still haven't taken him out of the package yet.
That's a fun little figure.
Because despite what people think, we buy our own stuff.
Yes. The only time The only time that I've gotten a thing from Hasbro was that Earthrise box, and that is it.
And the occasional gift from not the underscore. I have gotten some stuff from some awesome channel members, and I'm very grateful.
Same here. In fact, I have a box.
Oh, what you got?
And it's full of broken stuff.
Oh.
G1 stuff.
G1 stuff.
Cool.
I got. In fact, let me stop.
Yeah, you gotta focus yourself.
Yeah.
Let's get back on this.
Go large.
Go large.
We'll be the voice of reason in the background.
There we go. I got a Micromaster here.
Nice.
If you guys are familiar with him. In fact, I think the new one's on the shelf right now.
Yes.
I got Fastlane.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's amazing how the current one and that one is not too different.
You're not too different. Yeah, I know. I'm saving what's the thing I have on the top on purpose, and you'll see why in a moment. But I have an Optimus Prime trailer, G1 trailer, but it's broken. So
What's it missing? Oh, okay, the top.
Oh,
the combat deck piece. So it's just this trailer. I have.
That'll go great with the G1 reissue.
Yeah, I know, right?
It might actually go great with Earthrise as in the right size.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit.
I think that somebody made like adapters or something.
Double cross.
Double cross.
Yep.
Sweet.
Monster bots.
What's I got in here?
Love the monster box.
I got a broken Skylynx. I have the Encore Skylynx still sealed in the box. So my original Skylynx fell victim like this. What was that? I have. Don't want to show off that one yet. Crosshairs.
Crosshairs.
Nice.
Getting this Crosshairs makes me want a custom pair of wheels. So I want like for the Siege one.
Oh yeah.
Like I kind of want wheels like this that kind of
I printed. Somebody posted some files and I printed a set and then it makes it like a off-road vehicle.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that with Crosshairs. I kind of want to
saw it with some Lego pieces and some 3D printed wheels.
I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
Looks
good.
But yeah, having Crosshairs. I think this is Pounce or is it Wingspan?
Hard to tell without the back.
Yeah, kind of hard to tell. This is Wingspan.
I guess he's missing his wings.
He's missing.
Did the feet become the wings? I forgot.
I got Streetwise.
Ah, nice.
I have a broken Jetfire.
Jetfire.
Forever broken.
Always, yeah. Every single Jetfire the only Jetfire I don't have that's not broken. He's kind of starting to yellow a little bit.
How's the yellowing on that one?
I don't know if you can kind of see it. Not too bad.
Yeah, I still have to restore my Jetfire. I got to
PA.
do the.
What a great figure for the time. Never had it.
That was my first Transformer, Jetfire.
Grimlock.
A little Weebly, but he's Grimlock.
The only problem with this Grimlock is the hinge right here. I noticed when I was messing with him is broken, so it does kind of like it's loose. But he's also super loosey goosey. Yeah.
I mean, it's been what 37 years.
Right, but it's
36.
also from a broken box of Transformers that somebody sent me. So.
That Grimlock, I have so many. I never had the Grimlock, but like every one of my friends had him, and they all did the same thing. They kept him in robot mode in their bedroom on top of their bed, like their shelf or their bedpost. Like it always stayed up there on the. Like
I have a good condition Grimlock. I have all 5 Dinobots, like in that bin over there.
We watched The Princess Bride recently, and again, Princess Bride, Grimlock sitting on the shelf in Dino mode, just hanging out.
I think this is a power core combiner. How's it going there, Bat Kid? Thank you very much for the super chat.
Nice profile pic, Back Kid.
Oh,
That's great.
Yeah, I think it's a power core combiner. I have to look up what that is in particular. That's.
You knew Tommy said, just throw some furniture polish on that Grimlock. It'll be good as new.
Yeah, I know, right? I got Cloud Raker in here.
Are you planning on restoring some of those?
I don't know if I'll be able to restore some of these. This is a badly beat up Onslaught, and he's
Poor Onslaught.
Yeah, it looks like they're like good for parts if you already have something, and maybe you can harvest them.
Now, the person who sent me this box doesn't want me to say his name, but he's the same person that sent me that guy right there,
Manosaur?
Oh,
Devastator.
Oh, Devastator? Oh, okay. Cool.
Yep.
thank you, mystery guy.
I see a big figure inside there.
Yes. Yes. Uh-huh. Why do you think I'm waiting?
I know.
I got Afterburner here. But trying to make sure I don't show off.
Keep the secret.
Oh, there's the rest of the combat deck.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
A G2 trailer.
That is nice.
Is the G2 soundboard in there somewhere?
No, it doesn't have the sound. I have the soundboard, and it's in pretty good shape, comparatively speaking. Doesn't have any parts. Got some dust, and I'm gonna have to wash my hands after this one.
Don't touch your face.
What else I got in here? Busted up Ultra Magnus.
Some of Ultra Magnus.
Looks like that's how Ultra Magnus looked after Cyclonus and the Armada was done with him.
Oh yeah. This was exterminate him, and I gotta put him back together.
You got quite the graveyard there.
Oh, it was one of his arms.
Yep.
Oof.
A kid was recreating the movie scene.
Yeah. I have a broken overdrive.
The Omnibots.
Yep.
That's the one thing I hope we get one day in Generations.
Yes, and people actually ask me to do retrospectives on them. I kind of was thinking about doing it. I just have to kind of like do the research for them.
The cool thing about the Omnibots, they're kind of like masked. Like they had that middle mode where they were like vehicles with weapons, and then
like here, like you can kind of see his chest.
Yeah,
we're getting third-party Omnibots. Who was X-Transbots, right? Just making those.
I think I've heard about that. I want to see third-party come up with Transformers in this scale. Third-party makes everything in Legends or Masterpiece scale.
I think they avoid that scale on purpose. I think they avoid that scale on purpose, just because they don't want the hammer to come down on them.
Mastermind Creations is the closest, but still not there.
Yeah, still a little too big. But
I've got one of the pieces to Monstructor.
Ooh, that's another one. I hope Generations does in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I wonder what scale they would make him. Because this is Micromaster scale, right?
I'd be okay if they were deluxes.
Yeah, same here. Like he doesn't have to be that big, but he's a monster. Speaking of monsters, and I'll finally take him out of the box.
Here we go. Drum roll.
Scorponok.
Oh,
Scorponok.
G1 Scorps.
Missing everything. Everything. He's got his tail. Doesn't have the scorpion head.
So if it was removable, it's not there.
Yeah, if you could take it off, it ain't there. That's right.
Yep.
Stickers look pretty good.
It's in all right shape, but I checked inside here just to see, and mind wipe.
Wrong head.
But
Throw a mind wipe head on there.
mind wipe on top of Scorponok. Because all the headmasters are interchangeable.
So when Lord Zarek wasn't looking, he took the Scorponok body out for a
so
ride.
there's Vara, Borat. But yeah, so I'm just gonna stick him back in there. Kind of like I can pretend it's Scorponok, right? Because I mean, really think about it. It's not. It doesn't look like when you think about as final battle with Fortress Maximus. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. But no, if you look at his head, like it doesn't look like you. I don't think of mind wipe when I look at his head, you know. So on top of Scorponok, I can see why that they did what they did. Also, because they just needed head, you know, just have a Scorponok with a head.
It's like the Beetlejuice at the very end where the head shrinker gets a hold of it.
Yep.
Beetlejuice's head.
You know, I'm glad they made that change to the Earthrise Scorponok though, just to make him like Fort Max.
I got a Seeker body for Dirge.
Like a dart.
No wings, no accessories, no weapons. Stickers applied like a child would. Let's see here. More Micromasters. I'm waiting for Action Masters. But there's none in here, I don't think now. It's micro, a lot of little Micromaster guys.
Oh, cool.
You know, like it probably bought like a set or two, because they all came in sets of like 3 or 4. Thank you very much, Bat Kid. Yes, follow me on Twitter. You can let me actually get the link really quickly, and I'll put that in the chat. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate to the channel there. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter. Follow Kato and Larkin. And I'm not wrapping up yet, but because I still got more stuff in here. I have a broken car.
Random car.
And I think it's a mask car. I could be wrong. Oh, right. This is why when I was doing research I was actually doing research for the Throttlebots before I settled on Trailbreaker. I ended up getting, this is Freeway, I think it is, but missing his arms.
Oof.
But he still transforms. Armless. Not that they had arms to begin with, really.
Yeah, they had flaps.
Anyway.
You know, but
they're
this
basically mini battle chargers.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Freeway. Oh, there's one of the pieces to a broken piece to Onslaught. Let's get you to the side so I can get the rest of these guys out. What a bunch of junk.
Yeah, Jake Bradley said it. He is unarmed.
Who do we have here?
I don't know who that is.
He looks familiar.
Huh. Can I see the other side?
There's the robot mode. There's the other side.
Huh.
Cup?
No, it's not Cup. Clearly.
It's too small. It's smaller than a mini bot, right?
Yeah, there it is in like this car mode.
I have no idea.
And I think it's an official, but
Somebody said Beachcomber.
no, it's not Beachcomber.
Oh.
Nope. I have a shell of a car.
Longtooth? Is there a long tooth? Does that make sense?
It looks like cup, right? Yeah, but not.
Next Prime said Pretender. It could be a Pretender long tooth.
Oh,
the one where they were in a robot inside of an animal.
Right? It doesn't. I don't necessarily think so because aren't the Pretenders a little bit bigger than that?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm asking Uncle Google.
Yeah, take a look and see some of it.
No, it's long tooth.
It's long tooth.
Yeah,
cool.
Quite a few pieces missing, but yeah, that's long tooth.
Of course, because he needs his This was the other Decepticon. I have the 2 Decepticon clones. And I think that's.
He's right. It's long tooth without the red piece. Good on you, Nexus. Thanks.
What have I gotten? Sucker. All broken Transformers.
Is that the Scout?
Yeesh. I think that's about it. Yep. I think that is the contents of the box.
That's a lot of contents. It's a war zone inside that box.
Yeah. This is
a graveyard.
The Transformers graveyard. Yep.
What happened after they stormed the beach of Kaon?
And a bunch of bubble wrap, just in case I didn't want it broken on the shipment, right?
You wouldn't have noticed if anything wasn't broke. Well,
no, I wouldn't have. But I thought it was hilarious because it's just the fact that, like, and you know what? I think it was cool because it was like, hey, you want to send me something? Sure, and he said, he had found it at a garage sale for $10, I think it was.
Oh wow!
For the whole box, like they're just here. And he said he kept it in his basement for like 15 years.
Oh, okay. So $10 not recently, like 15 years ago. Wow.
Right. So it was just basically somebody that was just cleaning out their basement and didn't know what they had and whether or not it had any value. So also at the time that nobody knew it had value. So
yeah, right.
And not to mention that most of them are broken. Like, what could I do with that? Can I do anything with that?
I guess, I mean, if you have something like just harvesting, like if one area is tighter on another that you already have, swap it.
I mean, I probably could sell the Scorponok body if I didn't want the Scorponok body.
I mean,
the Jetfire people would probably take the Jetfire parts.
Whenever I go to cons, there's always somebody selling broken bots that you can part out and fix stuff with. But that's
you can't go to TFCon. If you can go to RetroCon, go to RetroCon. That's in Pennsylvania. In Frankenformers. So I'm going to get back to the chat because I'm just going to just bring this back to us. Where are we? Here we are.
Okay.
Maybe because, like, I don't know what to do with the box. Just it's like I stuck it in the other room and I was like, okay, cool. One tiny black part for my Jetfire.
Let's make a deal. You can print that little tiny black part for your Jetfire.
Well, if he wants an official piece of, because the 3D print, no matter what you do, if it's filler, it's good, or if it's like a cool add-on part, it's good. But sometimes for the integrity, things can fall apart. With what I've noticed.
Yeah, though with the FDM, if you can get the ABS like for the resin printers, they tend to be very strong, but it's very. I don't know. I guess they're getting cheaper now.
It's in Oaks, Pennsylvania. It's at the same convention hall as Too Many Games. Which is if you guys are fans of like the Angry Video Game Nerd and you know, the Cinemassacre folks.
Retro nostalgic nerd always goes there too. I need to.
Yeah, I've met him a few times in person. Do I still need rung? I do not have a rung.
I wish I'd have known that. I would have sent you that too.
Yeah, I've seen that at the end of last year a lot.
Rung, yeah.
I would have popped that in the box.
Oh, with Ratchet and Lifeline.
Yeah. Because I don't really care much about the Micromasters that much.
Retrospective on pipes. I'm gonna do pipes. I'm gonna do Huffer. I'll do Outback. I'll do all of them. I intend to do like a whole bunch of characters. In fact, last time I was on doing a live stream, I brought up my folder, if you guys remember, and I will read off some names in the folder of characters that I have researched for, outlines for, scripts started for on some of them, and just going to continue on with them. And I intend to make videos on all of them and more. So if I don't do one of them in this folder, I will do research on another character. But like sometimes it's like I'll do a character, and I one in particular was Goldbug and the Techno and the Goldbug and the Throttlebots was one. The Aerial Bots, Blaster, Blur, the cassettes in general. So if I do Blaster, then I can do cassettes. Combaticons, Duocons, G2, Grimlock, Headmasters, Hoist, Hound, Impactor, Inferno. Some people, someone actually, a friend of mine said to me, you should do Inferno as 2 separate videos. And I said, why? And he's like, well, because you got 2 separate characters. Well, Inferno is just, if it's an Inferno retrospective, it's Inferno. So, like, because Inferno for Beast Wars and Inferno G1 are 2 separate characters. So, and they're in the same universe. So,
yep,
I can kind of see where he's going with that. But it's like, well, if you're going to do Inferno, do Inferno. But what was I saying? Like, so, like, I have a folder for Cup, for Power Masters, Predacons, Prowl, Sideswipe, Six Shot. I said Duocons. That's right. Yeah, Skywarp, Thundercracker, the Technobots, Warpath. Why did the G1 cartoon end?
Oh yeah, that'll be a good one. That'll be fun to hear.
You know, so a whole bunch of stuff.
So you basically have your 2021 set out in front of you. You've got that. That'll be pretty much all of your 2021 videos.
Oh wow! Check that out. The person who's on, who sent me the box, you know, did not know that I had a head inside the Scorponok. Like he just sent me a message. So
I had no idea that Mindwipe's head was in there.
Now, is he missing Mindwipe? No.
Yeah. Now, does he have a Mindwipe?
No, he doesn't have Mindwipe yet.
Okay.
So
that's where my Mindwipe's ever.
Deluxe is here. G1 cartoon never ended. The Japanese content. I should do a video on Japanese continuity in general.
Oh,
sure. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should do one on that. I need to rewatch Victory again, and talk to kind of get it back fresh in my mind, so I can do a video, let's say, on Star Saber or Landcross or Lyle Kaiser. Dude, Lyle Kaiser is awesome. I want to see a legit 6 bot with a 7th optional for Lyle Kaiser. And if you've seen Victory, you know why.
No.
Anybody take any guesses?
I have none. No guesses.
Lyle Kaiser was a combination of 6 Decepticons. When Hellbat ended up murdering one so that he can be on the team.
Okay, that's dark.
Hellbat was the Starscream. Well, kind of, I would say. I don't know if you want to say Hellbat was basically Starscream, or if it was Leozak, who was more like Starscream, but because like they kind of wanted to take over, they want to take over leadership over Deathsaurus. Question of how you have a Lamborghini Countach, a car that looks like I don't drive a sports car. I'm too tall for sports cars.
Oh, but would you have a Lamborghini?
If I can't fit comfortably in a car, I'm not driving. I don't want
It has no purpose. I drive a truck. I need all the room I can get.
Like I drive an SUV. It's not classified as an SUV.
Hey,
Curtis,
Curtis,
thank you very much for becoming a channel member.
Fantastic guy, that Curtis Schultz.
Indeed, I've seen a lot of his comments too. Good guy.
Nice.
But like one of the last sports car I sat in was a Camaro. It's not really a high end sports car, but
it's not that I'm too tall to get in them. I'm just too old to have to get out of them.
Well, I also had back surgery back in 2017. Was it 2017? Yeah, it was 2017. I had back surgery. I got rear-ended in a car accident. I was driving a small Nissan Versa, and I got rear-ended by a very large Dodge Ram.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And he did not slow down and totaled my car. The cop just made me drive it home.
Really?
Yeah. And I was 45 minutes from home.
Ouch.
So, yeah. So I got back home and my back started hurting. My neck started hurting. So I went to the hospital. Because I was upset, because the guy I was stopped at a traffic circle waiting for cars to come, and he just felt that we should have gone. So when he rear-ended me, he hit me like not really stopping. And so I ended up getting back surgery a year later, herniated disc, and on my lower back. So I said I will never drive a small car again.
Yeah.
And I will never drive, for that reason, I won't drive a sports car either, because a sports car is too small for me, because their ceiling is lower, because I'm 6'2". So
yeah, I don't like small cars.
I would much rather slide out of a truck than climb out of a car any day of the week.
Yeah. And that was, like I said, that was in 2017. And before that point, I lost. I was like, it was like a couple of years that I had like lost like a lot of weight, and so like now that I'm getting older, I'm having a hard time keeping the weight off, because it's hard for me to exercise the same way, since the back surgery, or since the accident, really. Like I can't exercise the same way. I'm not in the same physical shape that I was, since then. And so it kind of limits me, like, as far as finding different types of jobs. So but now I drive a Hyundai Santa Fe, Sport, which is considered still registers as a car.
Mm-hmm.
So when I have to renew my registration, it doesn't cost me as much money as my wife. My wife drives an SUV, and
you get the benefits of a sedan without the price of an SUV.
Yep. So like, so that's the thing. So like, I have that and as my vehicle, and unfortunately, the job that I worked on was, it required me to drive 150 miles a day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So like, I was coming home and writing scripts for Transformers videos back in 2017 or 2016, and making Transformers videos. So all my early stuff was, was done in between work. So I went to work, I came home, and I would play video games. I watched,
Eric says you just sold him on a Santa Fe.
Oh, good. Yeah, they're good. They're good vehicles. I would only say that right now, It's now the vehicle is now over 100,000 miles, and you know how cars get when they get over 100,000 miles, no matter what car you drive.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like there's a timer.
Yeah, I would say that. I would definitely say that. Like I definitely say a timer. Like after 100,000 miles, like okay, now I got to change the transmission fluid. I got to change the brake fluid. I have to change change out the spark plugs. I cost me $800 recently to repair. I had to get the timing, not the time, yeah, the timing belt.
Yep.
That was like $800 with parts and labor. In addition to safety recalls because every vehicle has safety recalls now, so when they do, you just bring your vehicle in and they fix it. But I knew that needed to get done, and it's like, I know it's over 100,000 miles, and that goes with any car. It goes every single car I've ever driven. As soon as they hit 100,000 miles, you have to weigh out whether or not you're going to keep the car or going to trade it in. But I don't drive much, anymore. Like I work here. This is upstairs.
Yeah.
So yeah, my wife's car is over 100,000. So far, we've been fortunate. We didn't like very minor repairs.
The bad thing is he's not even kidding.
I wear cargo shorts year round. I wear cargo shorts, and it's right now it's 30 degrees outside. So
30 degrees, my goodness.
I'm pantsless right now. You'll never know. So don't ask me to go show you anything.
He just floated in space. In space. As IDW currency might know, Bumblebee movie having G1 style to it could see a reboot.
Hey, who's that guy?
Who is that guy?
Who is that?
I'm out. No, I'm gone. See ya. There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we sell off our T-shirts. We promote our Patreons. I have an American flag now back there on Optimus Prime.
I saw that Fire Talks hooked you up with that one.
Yes, he did. It took me forever to paint it.
Hey, if Fire Talks can make a Captain America shield with a 5mm peg, that would be cool.
Check this. Oh, man. Look at this.
Oh,
You got a G1 Overlord.
Nice.
I just finished the review. It's in I got to get it edited now. Took me forever to shoot because I had to pull the camera back and set up tripods.
You gotta take a group picture of that one next to the Titans Returns, next to the Double Evil.
Well, that's how what my comparison was. That's why I had to pull the.
Oh, nice.
I got
for the Double Evil. That's why.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
If you do that, I'm gonna paint up one Earthrise Prime in Captain America colors.
Cool.
Cool. I saw one of those. I'm going to attempt my first custom, my first fully painted custom. I was at the Dollar General and saw one of those cheap Megatrons. It's about this big.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Mars.
I think I'm going to try one of those. I got an idea for one. I don't want to say it on this channel, but I've got a brainstorm that I've got to do a Megatron.
Is it the Mars one? That you're talking about?
Yeah.
Or is it an actual
Megatron Authentics? It's
Authentics. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Because there's a Mars one that kind of looks like G2 Megatron.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
No, this one's actually a Hasbro one.
I have in pieces, and at least I can show off parts of them. I'm going to show you here. I'll just solo myself. Hot Rod.
Oh, that looks so much better.
Oh, yeah. And there, too, you notice I painted right there on the inside of the leg, the joint. I painted that orange
Oh, that looks good too.
on the inside, including the shoulders, which of course I've disassembled. So Hot Rod right now I have in pieces.
What
And
paint do you guys recommend? Like regular modeling paint? Is there a special
I
kind?
use testers. Some people use like Tamiya for acrylics. No matter what you do, you're gonna need to put either a clear coat or a like Mod Podge. And with Tamiya, I think you're supposed to use a primer.
To me, I can go on if you scratch it up a bit or sand it, like the surface.
Yeah. Notice I painted the joint orange.
Yeah. Nice.
So that's painted, and the shoulders. I mean the elbow, just the front. Just the front.
Oh yeah.
So when he goes back together, he's gonna look a lot better. Like seriously, like just that alone, just the car mode. You know, just that car mode is gonna look great. I can't wait to put him back together. Like I'm so eager to. You know?
I'll say this: stay away from the $1 Walmart paints. Oh,
Okay,
they're not good.
So just to give another rundown, and I'm just going to do this for the stream's sake, for fun. I'm going to show off some more of my latest Transformers discussion video.
Sweet.
Of this guy.
Hey, before you do, I'm gotta head out. It's about 5:16 here in Hawaii. Got to get the kids ready for dinner.
Okay.
But nice talking with y'all.
As always,
I'll watch the stream while I'm preparing dinner.
Go for it. Go for it.
Later.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people like just came in. Obviously, Patriot, you haven't seen it. But yeah, I'm gonna share screen in a moment. Notice. I will show off that and that. So once again, this is the script, 1 of 6, 1,700 words spoken.
Did we lose PBR?
You're back on. There you go.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button. I was checking on my cache of my videos, hit the wrong switch.
Okay. Yeah, so this is you know, how I write my scripts is, you know, I literally write them out. And then I gather as many images as I possibly can. And there'll be more in this folder. Like when you look at one of my, like, let's say my Sunstreaker video, like that's my Sunstreaker folder.
Jeez.
That's how much work went into Sunstreaker. Nightbird, you know, but
man, that's like when I do my G1 reviews. I pull up all the comic covers, screenshots, comic panels. So yeah, I feel your pain. Not to that extent, but I feel your pain. Yeah,
like I'll read like check this bio out, man. Like I love this bio.
Do any of you guys have that book that's from?
I have the physical.
I don't.
I have the physical.
It's a great book, though.
Yeah, I have all. I collected every single issue of Dreamwave for G1, the G1 comics. So I like physical. I had to. Like at the time, it was like, dude, I'm back into G1 Transformers again. This is awesome. I can't wait. And but then this is like one of my videos now. Like this is my Trailbreaker video as we speak. And what I've edited so far is, you know, I'll get like the episode clips, and you know, my audio in and of itself is one file. Like I record it and then I edit it, and you know, put everything in, and you know, this still has to be edited. So like when I go into the audio here and zoom in, you know, my spaces, I'll have like parts where I cough and I have to like edit that out. And, you know, everything.
I've got the parts where I get frustrated and cuss. I got to cut out.
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't curse in my channels. You know,
I knocked my camera over while I was filming Overlord's base mode. So there was a blooper there I had to cut out. especially because I'm so scared because this is not my figure.
Ah,
I mean, so I am transforming this guy with like kid gloves. And I told him, I said, you got the Power Masters, and everybody knows how a Power Master works. So I showed him off, but I said flat out, I'm not putting the Power Masters in the figure because all Power Masters got those tiny clips, and I'm not breaking the tiny clip on this Overlord.
Oh yeah. They're expensive. I mean, that's the thing. He loose goes for like what, $800?
600's the lowest I found today. I was looking around.
Yeah. Like I've seen.
Be gentle, PPR. Be gentle.
Star Saber, all of them. Someone asked if I would interview. I would interview anybody, honestly. Like I'm just gonna say this, and I'll stop sharing my screen, and we can go back to just talking. Like I had what was her name? Lindsay Russo on my channel, and I don't agree with everything she believes in, but we had a good conversation. We had good rapport. We were talking. We were chilling. We were talking about nerdy, geeky stuff and about a G1 Transformer character. And you're gonna shut that sucker off. Right? I don't care. Like you're part of Transformers. You're part of the Transformers family. We can all get up. Can't we all just get along? Like
that's
is there anything wrong with that?
Rather than hunt down things that you don't like about someone, enjoy the things that you have in common.
Yep.
Because if you try to find something bad long enough, you'll find it. So stop looking.
That's the problem right now. Everybody's looking for the bad.
Yeah. Stop looking for the bad. You will find what you're looking for. You just have to figure out which one you're going to look for.
Right. Are you looking to find something wrong about someone, or are you looking to find something awesome about someone? And the thing is that there is going to be stuff, even if you like the person, that you're going to disagree with them on. I'd interview Peter Cullen. I'll interview anyone who wants to get to interview on the channel. Gladly. When I got Flint Dilly to talk, that was like two nerds talking.
You could tell that he really enjoyed himself too.
Yes, he did. Yes,
he was having a good time just talking about stuff.
That was like when we interviewed Stan Bush.
Yes,
it blew my mind how personable he was.
Yes.
Just a good dude.
I honestly wonder, there were moments in all three of our interviews with him where he came across, and this is not a negative on him, where he noticed how fanboy the three of us were.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely no doubt.
Did you guys talk to him for a bit before you interviewed? I got all my fanboy out the 30 minutes prior.
Oh no, I tried to. I was trying to have conversation. And I had conversation with him, and I've talked with him before, but it was I still had to get that fanboy out.
There's no doubt.
All three of us had that moment.
Yeah, you can watch all three of us, and at some point we're just googly-eyed kids.
Yep.
Talking.
I was like that with Flint Dilly too. I would say too, because he is like, he's the one of the authors of Transformers. Like he is one of the guys that basically laid the foundation for season 3. If you think about it,
he wrote our childhood.
Yeah, he really did. Did you actually? If you read his book, dude, I'm not even kidding. He wrote the what became Tiny Toons. I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
He wrote the first treatment for Tiny Toons, which eventually the guys who made the show made Tiny Toons. He wrote Mr. T. He wrote a whole bunch of shows. He wrote episodes of G.I. Joe, but he was also the story editor too. And he was heavily involved in Dungeons and Dragons, which, by the way, if a friend of mine, I don't know if he's watching, I still have to read the book that he sent me, but I've been told this book is good.
I haven't sat down and read a good book in ages.
Whenever I go out of the state or wherever I have to go work or anything, I always end up getting an audio book of something that I've wanted to read, something random like that or whatever. And I would love to
go back and reread, but the thing is about me is if I want to read a book, I want to read it. And I noticed this about and personal, I'm a Christian. I read my Bible. I find that physically reading my Bible is better than trying to do it on the phone.
Oh yeah, no, I can't.
Oh, nothing beats physical media.
No, And so, like, reading a book, the same thing.
I just do that to keep me company on the road. I'll listen to a podcast or listen to a book while I'll be on the road for 7 or 8 hours, and I need something, and it's just a good place to push play and keep going.
You've only never met Weird Al. You should come to one of the conventions, Lon. I'm going to say this to anybody: if you have an opportunity this year, any of you get an opportunity to either come to TFCon, RetroCon. I do intend to going to both if it both happen. So
I think I will book my room tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
call to you. Wait, where are we at? Yeah.
Okay.
So Patriot earlier today, Patriot Prime texted me and said, "I'm tempted to go to TFCon." That's you say you booked it because of me. I booked it because you stoked the fire. He messaged me and says, "Oh man, I'm really tempted to go to TFCon." I'm riding in the truck. The girl's right beside me, and I was like, I don't have a job coming up in October, do I? She's like, no. It's like, you want to go to TFCon? She's like, yes.
Oh, should we promote your girlfriend, Gato?
That's fine with me. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know how many weirdos are in here.
I know.
Our Transformer community, we're all weirdos.
Yeah,
exactly.
She's
doing fine without me. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, she does she has her own following.
Oh yeah. No, she's bypassed me within a month.
And I'll say this: whomever wants to show up on the show, like I'm perfectly fine having conversations with anybody. Like I don't have any beef with any Transformers YouTuber at all. And I enjoy having conversations with all of you. Even ones who disagree with me on my own opinions. Like my hot rod video is one that I knew was going to be controversial.
That's the point.
I knew it.
It's made for great content on my page too.
What is RetroCon? Where is TFCon? And RetroCon take place? Okay, so RetroCon is happening in September in Oaks, Pennsylvania. They usually either September or October. They usually have RetroCon. RetroCon is run by two big nerdy fans like us. Not last year because they canceled last year, but the year before they've had 3 years in a row. They had the Cybertronic Spree play live, which was awesome, and they had David Kay there one year. They had Greg Berger. They had Gary Chalk. They had a bunch of different G1, voice actors. I've met the Angry Video Game Nerd there. I think goes there every year. I met Andre the Black Nerd. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. Black Nerd Comedy. Good guy. Very good guy. I met, anybody who was there. Always a fun time. Always a fun time when I go there. And the other convention obviously is TFCon is happening in October. It's in Baltimore.
October 22nd.
October 22nd is in Baltimore. I've already booked my hotel for TFCon, and I believe we booked our hotel for what was it for RetroCon. But I intend to go to both because they made their announcement and it was like yes, I want to go to conventions.
I miss people.
I miss people too. I'm a hugger. I will admit I am a hugger. So,
bring it in. I'll let you.
Everybody in the pandemic says like, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't do it." I'm like, dude,
I'm gonna hug you. I'm not gonna lick you.
Do you see where Texas finally had enough and they lifted everything?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like here in New Jersey, like a third of businesses have shut down. It hurts everybody. And there is a balance. There needs to be a balance. By September, October, come on, guys. We need to be at a certain point.
They got 8 months to get this crap under wraps.
Yeah.
And I'm high-fiving some dudes at TFCon. That's all I know.
Yep.
That's a whole other video.
I thought your cybercosium was your faith. Well, okay. So in other words, what you're saying is like is basically like is my faith. Yeah, in other words, like I'm not scared of it. Like I don't scare it. I'm not scared of it at all. Like I honestly think I had it last year at some point when the shutdowns first started happening.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people in my office that thought the same thing because right before all the shutdowns, I think in February they closed school because there was such a bad flu going around.
Yeah. Like my wife lost her taste for a week. My taste buds everything tasted funny for me for a week, and I wasn't feeling well.
I've never had taste.
You have no taste.
You have no taste. So.
Yeah, I feel something similar to that, Rodimus. That it was around a bit prior, I think.
It's funny because like I have friends, like guys, girls, don't matter. And they talk about hugs. You know, everybody gives hugs, and it's always a bear hug. So, which shows to me, I think is kind of like. You know, and the thing is if someone goes, please don't hug me, I go, okay.
See, I'm the bro hugger type. I go in for the handshake, get that firm handshake in, pull them in. What's up, man?
That half back hug.
Well,
well, I'm a kisser, so you're all screwed.
People who I know are like, dude, like they know they're waiting for it, or they'll go low so they know that they don't get lifted up.
That's funny. I'm incredibly average, Fire Talks. Incredibly average.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of people who are in New York are all dealing with this, that they're under lockdown. I mean, I'm in New Jersey. People are under lockdown. Anybody but hey. Yeah, well, we're going to the one in Baltimore in October.
When did I go? That was 2019 when I went.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Where you met Deluxe.
My wife is not a hugger. Yes, she is not a hugger. She will tell you that straight up.
My wife's not a conventioner. She's like, nope.
Yeah.
Well,
she's been the one.
She liked going to New York Comic Con. We had a blast every time that she's been to New York Comic Con. She had fun with us. She was with me when I met the guys who did the original Godzilla.
You know, sometimes I forget that you're a huge Godzilla fan too.
Yes, yeah, I'm a big Godzilla. I need to do my videos for Godzilla.
Well, Bert would be all over that.
Yes, he would be. Like, especially because Godzilla versus Kong is coming, and that's going to be
the end of this month, right?
Yeah.
See, I was hyped for that, and then that Mortal Kombat trailer came out, and Godzilla was here, and Mortal Kombat just went.
My HBO Max subscription is going to run a little hot this month. With the Snyder cut.
Doubting my HBO Max after watching.
I am cautiously optimistic about that Mortal Kombat movie.
I must have watched the trailer 150 times already.
My wife
was cautiously optimistic.
My wife was like, I need to see that Mortal Kombat movie. You know, she's like, I need to see it. I said, I know. It's going to be another date night.
This might be
even if it's mediocre
to see.
Even if Mortal Kombat movie is mediocre, I'll be down for it. That just looked like a lot of fun.
I'm going to ask you guys: were you guys Super Nintendo or Genesis nerds?
Both.
I had both, but I played more Super Nintendo, but I played a lot of Genesis, especially Altered Beast. Loved all.
Now I played a lot of Genesis because Genesis had the more mature rated games.
Yeah,
and then I think whatever Super Nintendo, when it did back to Mortal Kombat, when it did Mortal Kombat 2 and left everything else left all the kills and gore and everything in place. That's when I was like, okay. And now I'm a PS4 guy all the way.
We have a Switch, and like I have a PS3, I have an Xbox 360, but I don't have any of the other newer consoles except for a Switch. But
I'll be getting a 5 as soon as they come back out. But that thing
I bought
a
PS4
massive.
for the new Mortal Kombat that came out back then.
I have
every system I bought since Mortal Kombat came out has involved Mortal Kombat.
A lot of games now, like my biggest issue now with the newer consoles is that the only thing that you want to get The only games that you want to get for those consoles are the exclusives.
Yeah.
And if the exclusive is on PC, I have no reason to buy your console. So that's kind of how I feel. Like I can buy it on Steam, or I can buy it on what's the other store that that people are doing it. But like I still have to catch up. I still my backlog is beyond, because I have videos to make. So
well, that's what you're talking about reading. Anytime I have a spare moment, I come up here to film something.
Yeah. Like that's the thing. It's like we're constantly making videos, so like that's what takes up a lot of our spare time. But like for me, I enjoy the older games. And I'm a Super Nintendo nerd. So like, or actually I would say an NES, then Super Nintendo, Commodore 64.
Got a viewer saying we need a Transformers fighting game. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe a Beast Wars game was a fighting game.
There was.
Yeah.
I did a review on this channel for the Nintendo 64 version of the fighting game. And I talked about the fact that there is a PlayStation version. I think I made mention of it, because they're actually different.
I rented it. I remember renting it.
Yeah. The Nintendo 64 one is not that good. It's not that good.
We need a quality Transformers game, the way the fall of Cybertron and all that stuff was.
I like Devastation. Games. I really enjoyed Devastation.
I liked it.
They got too repetitive.
Yeah.
That was my biggest issue.
I like beat 'em ups.
Yeah, it was a button masher. I think if they did something in that same style, but had a bit more, and it had story, but had
if
a
it
bit
had more
story.
characters, if it had, it would have been awesome if it fit within the cartoon. It didn't. It kind of like took elements from the G1 cartoon and merged it with the IDW continuity.
Yeah.
Like with Nova Prime, and made the combiners look like the Combiner Wars toy line. And
it's a beautiful game though.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong, it's a fun game.
Absolutely beautiful game.
Beyond fun. I actually bought a Genesis, just looking at some of the comments. I bought a Genesis when Mortal Kombat 1 came out on the Genesis, because once you played the Super NES version and didn't have the blood or the gore, you had to buy the Genesis because you needed it. And so I bought it for that reason, but then I ended up buying Genesis games.
Yep.
What's that?
And you had to put in the code, was the only way to play it.
ABACABB. And then D, down, up, left, A, right, down for the other menu. Yeah, I remember. And then Mortal Kombat 2 was better on the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
And you press and hold L and R right when you turn the console on, and then you wait until the Acclaim logo comes down, and then you let go, and you see Shao Kahn comes in and says, "You weak, pathetic fool." Then Kintaro comes in and goes, "Roar," and then he jumps in the air and slams down on the Acclaim logo, and then he does the wind stance, and then it's all too easy.
Good times.
Yep. And then Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was, if I remember correctly, on the home console version. If you put the cheat code in, it's official. You suck.
I remember buying.
Loved Ultimate.
All three was my favorite Mortal Kombat character. I loved the backstory behind Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, you know how everybody rags on. Thank you very much for the super chat, by the way. Where you go, everyone rags on Mortal Kombat mythologies.
I liked it too. I enjoyed the heck out of that.
I kind of liked it. Because I understood how Mortal Kombat worked, like the high punch, low kick, high kick, back, high kick. To do the roundhouse.
Yep.
That was the combo for Sub-Zero in mythology.
Love that combo. Yep, love that combo.
So that was also the combo in Mortal Kombat 3. So if you knew how to do that, you knew what to do. The only thing is you needed to know how to press the buttons to switch back and forth.
Yeah, I actually really like mythologies. I loved Ultimate. I loved 3 and 2.
You know what's crazy? I had the N64 version, and then I bought the PlayStation version because it had the FMVs for mythologies. So it had an actual actor going back and forth. I didn't know that because I had the N64 version first. So because I got an N64 before I got a PlayStation.
I never did an N64. I went from Nintendo to Super Nintendo to, I think, TurboGrafx 16. No, I went Genesis.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis.
I was
Yeah,
dead,
that's right.
broke, man, picture this.
TurboGrafx 16 was awesome because they use those little look like credit cards with the games.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Hue cards. They were
My favorite game on that was Splatterhouse.
Oh yeah, Splatterhouse. Yeah. I played Bonk a lot because it came with it. I had a Neo Geo. I wanted the Neo Geo so bad because it was so genius that you could take the cards from the home system and put them into the arcade. So the stand-up arcade, you could put your memory card in.
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah, the MVS, for what is okay? Yeah, my wife wants to know what she doesn't remember that it's Mortal Kombat 6 is Deception.
Okay.
And the reason why is because it has that open world portion of the game that like you do like this whole like you go places and you talk to people and then you end up fighting them.
Yeah, you got to be this rando guy. That came out while I was in Iraq. I bought a PlayStation at one of the PXs, and I killed so much time playing that Mortal Kombat game. I love that one.
Deception.
And that was the one that had like the Super Mario Kart, but with Mortal Kombat characters.
I think so. Yeah. Speaking of Matt Moylan's art, Matt actually asked me if I was going to end up using his version of RodimusPrimal as my logo, and I may just start switching over to that. From the old school Rodimus that I have on my as my logo, and like put like RodimusPrimal discussions. What's that?
Isn't your logo the IDW Rodimus?
I think it was just like a marker made. I think it was made by I think it was done by Alex Mim, which kind of stinks because I did not have a good experience when I met Alex Mim. And
Iraq, good times. Yes, it was.
My wife says thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. Nice to meet you.
So, but like, and that was just my personal experience with him. He may actually be a nice guy, and I don't know it. I don't know.
He may have just had a bad day.
It could have been. It was at New York Comic Con too, so he was like, "I have a lot of commissions I have to catch up on." Like that was his his whole attitude while he was there. It was just, and I don't really have the time. Like I was like, okay, like, it just. And so when he gave me that kind of attitude, I was like, whatever you're charging, I wouldn't spend $10 for, for commission. And it's understandable. He may have just been having a bad day.
I've only met one pissy person at a convention. That was a YouTuber. I'm not going to get his name here, but I was kind of taken aback by how he was like, oh, just nonchalantly, oh, thanks for talking to me. Go away.
I'm the kind of guy, like I'll sit there and have a conversation with people at conventions, and like my dad will be like, we have a panel to go to, or a friend will be like, we have a panel to go to. Like I'll be sitting there talking to everybody, and I don't know when to stop. Like
we are going to be in deep. We are going to be in deep trouble if all of us end up at TFCon. Yes. We're not going to get a darn thing done.
Probably.
I go to the bars at night, and that's when it really starts coming out. Let's talk about robots.
Yeah, this is going to be, and this is going to be. I'm basically I don't even care about TFCon. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be like hanging out with my homies. It's just going to be hanging out.
We've all met face to face. You tripped and fell into my arms, remember?
Oh, that's sweet. That's like a Hallmark movie.
Was a best video on Texas?
Okay. Patriot Prime review was a best video on Texas.
What?
It's a good roadhouse. I like their steaks.
Roadhouse.
This is why I'm married to her, because she could tell me when to stop.
That's right. You got to have one. You got to
Yes.
one of you has to be the voice.
Yep. She has watched all of G1 with me, all of Beast Wars with me. She's watched all of to her Armada was torture.
To me, Armada was torture.
She will not watch, and she did not. I think Energon was halfway done when we started dating.
Yeah, I didn't mind the comics. I thought the Armada and Energon comics were way better than the.
Oh, any of the comic series was better. I loved how Armada actually pulled in G1.
Yeah,
if you read the Dreamwave Armada, like the Unicron trilogy, brought in Galvatron, Thunderwing, Bludgeon, and Dirge.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, I remember that. That was like the only good part of the. I wasn't a big fan of Armada in general. I didn't like the concept of minicons, but I bought every single freaking toy. I have.
Drop my mic. I remember the first Armada figure I bought was the only one I saw at the time was the Hot Shot. And I remember opening him up. I was like, this is like a play school toy. He was so bright
yellow. He was bright yellow, and he had his weird articulation with his arms.
Yep.
And the way the arms went up and down like this. And then he had that you put the minicon on, and then that's what
came up.
The big cannon, right? And then there was the hot rod colored repaint, which
I think the only Armada I have the Deluxe Prime that came with the minicon Leader 1 that turned into is a jet gun, and I've got Megatron.
Yeah, we watched all of Prime together, but she has not seen Robots in Disguise 2015. Me and her have been to the theater to see all 5 Michael Bay films and the Bumblebee movie. And so what stinks about that is that because I love Transformers. She doesn't know who that is.
Alex Lemon said, "Oh, I see Overlord back there."
Yep. She
thought I would hold one.
Well, the Robots in Disguise that I'm talking about, Erica, is not the one with Skybite. It's the one with Bumblebee as the leader. Oh, that's right. We watched the first season of that one. That's right. I watched the rest. You didn't only saw season 1.
Was that the one with the animal?
She's watched all of Rescue Bots because the kids loved. My daughter loved Rescue Bots.
Funny story about Rescue Bots. Dylan was the same way, and I remember one day he fell asleep, and I'm just still watching it, and it was like a 2-parter, and I just kept going. I was like, "Okay, the story's good on this one. I have to see what happens."
That story's not too bad on Rescue Bots, and I like the fact that it crossed over with Prime and Robots in Disguise. Like, I like the crossover that they did. Like, it kept things like, it was kind of a neat way to do it in order to keep the current continuity going. But I liked the Skybite Robots in Disguise, car robots. That was what I was just about to drop Transformers. I was about to drop it because Beast Machines, I did not care for Beast Machines.
Beast Machines sucked. And I remember, I think I went into the store and I saw, what was the name? Sideways, the sports car. And I was like, oh my God, Transformers are vehicles again.
That was the reason why I jumped onto Robots in Disguise so hard, because we had 6 years of Beasts, I think it was at that point. Or 6 years of Beasts.
Nice
and
to see
I
cars
liked
again.
Beast Wars. Beast Wars was great. It was awesome. Loved Beast Wars. It's where Primal comes from, is Beast Wars. Especially how it connected to G1. And I'm a firm believer that Beast Wars is in G1 cartoon continuity.
I agree.
They tied it together. That's a fact. That's
like, some people think that it goes with the Marvel continuity, but it doesn't.
I consider Beast Wars G1.
Yep. Yeah, I consider Beast Wars at least part of the continuity. It's still part kind of like how Robots in Disguise 2015 is part of the Align continuity, and so is the 2 Cybertron games. They're part of the Align continuity. So people, every time I see that in the comments, they're like, "No, it's not. They made it G1." It's not G1. It's not. We're good. The games are really good. But the Cybertron games in particular are actually part of the aligned continuity. They were supposed, in fact, the games followed what Aaron Archer wanted to do with the aligned continuity more than Prime did. The writers of Prime were the same writers of the first two movies. And they said they had 65 episodes worth of story, and they ran out of material by episode 52. So they didn't know what to do in season 3. I don't know if you know about the backdoor stuff of Transformers Prime. Not that not that I have a big beef with Transformers Prime, but I know about knowing about that stuff in the Foundation kind of makes me go, man, like the aligned continuity could have been so much better.
I need to watch that again. It's been a long. I've got them all on Blu-ray. I just need to.
I haven't watched Prime in ages.
Yeah, like Prime was good. It felt like they were hitting pause too much, and they couldn't make the season keep on going. Like they didn't know how to add more characters. I guess because the same problem with the War for Cybertron trilogy. They couldn't pay for more animation models.
I read somewhere with Prime, it was supposed to line up more into the whole Beast thing, and then something happened, and that's why all of a sudden in Prime they found this strange Energon. They just wiped out. Okay, that whole storyline's null. We got this crazy Energon now.
The MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Well, they changed. They did the MacGuffin quest at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
And then they switched over to Beast Hunters, which was all about the Predacons with Predaking as a big giant dragon. But that was actually a Hasbro mandate because like Hasbro wanted them to do Beast Hunters. And apparently they wanted to turn Optimus Prime green. They wanted to add weird storylines that had that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, the toys got weird too. I mean, I never got any Prime toys other than Megatron and Prime. But man, just looking at them in the store. Of course, I think that's when Classics started coming out too. So you had Prime hanging on the wall, and that was the 30th anniversary was coming out then.
Thrilling 30. That's right. Yep. Well, because the thing is that if I remember correctly, Classics came out in 2006, and when Classics came out, that was supposed to be filler until the live action films. They never expected it to be as big as it was, how we as adult collectors would just latch onto it and say, this is the toys we wanted for 20 years. Yep. And granted, they were not as good as the toys that are coming out now, but good God.
Which are the makers, it's the same thing.
Which are the toys that we wanted for 30 years. It's like every time they upgrade, they're like, this is what we've been wanting.
Yeah. And so we keep buying it because these are the upgrade. This is the upgrade to Trailbreaker that we wanted as a Trailbreaker upgrade, not the one that came out for Thrilling 30. I only have the hoist of that mold.
I think I do too. Yeah, I do too.
I don't have the Trailbreaker for that, or Trail Cutter.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, it's getting close to time for me to pass out. I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So
get up at 6:30.
Yeah,
I know. We text each other fairly early in the morning sometimes, whichever one gets up first.
I'm going to probably keep this conversation going for another 10 minutes and answer everybody's questions. But Kato, Patriot, thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah, I'll stick around for you to close out.
But yeah, I'll close this out at around 11.
Oh yeah. Well, in that case, carry on, my wayward son.
Got a little bit longer we can go on. But yeah, the classic stuff that came out, I remember a lot of those toys came out. A lot of people really wanted them. And then they came out with the Thrilling Generations and the Thrilling 30 and all that. And they were good, but man, they were, I think what's it called? But once they started going into this War for Cybertron, it was like, for all of us, it was all in. I think for a lot of us.
Oh yeah,
easy.
Yeah, and that's right when it was just the right time for me to want to start a channel because of stuff that was going on here, and with my job, the job I used to have, and the new stuff was just getting talked about. And I was like, oh man, that's such a great bot.
I want that toy.
This is the first $50 Transformer that I feel was worth the money. This thing is huge.
Yeah. He feels a little light. He
looks
but
awesome, dude.
He's amazing.
I snagged it when Hasbro Pulse got him in again, and I grabbed one right before they sold out.
Combiner Wars is what brought you back in. I was reluctant during Combiner Wars because I didn't like the idea behind everyone being a combiner. I hated it. And so I skipped that, and then I went in with Titan's Return.
And see, I thought Titan's Return was weird because everybody was a damn headmaster.
And I didn't buy everybody that was a headmaster. I only bought the headmasters that were headmasters because I was like, I already have this character. I'm not going to buy the one that's a headmaster of that character. And so I would buy, I would import the Takara stuff a lot. But now, like, it's like I want it to be a little bit more cartoon, G1 toy and G1 cartoon accurate.
Well, the thing with like the
like Trailbreaker's a good mix, you know. And I'm bringing him as the example. Like he's a good mix.
And Hoist.
What's that?
I liked his figure better than Hoist.
Yeah. And I like Hoist, but to me, Hoist is like a companion for Grapple. You know, like that's like how I so you can't have Grapple. I have Grapple, but I also have Hoist. So like I have to have them because it's like if you're gonna have one, you have the other. I need Inferno because I have Red Alert. You know, and then once, and I already have Smokescreen, so then I already have the 1985 cars. Oh, Trax is the other one.
Oh yeah, they need to get
Trax and Skids.
Talking about the like the Power of the Primes, Combiner Wars, Titan Returns. I appreciate what they were doing there, but what made all those like the Headmasters, Target Masters, Combiners, what made them also great when we were kids is that they were special robots. There was like this little group within a bigger group that could do something. When Combiner Wars and Power of the Primes made everything a combiner and made everything a headmaster, it just took away from the uniqueness of, oh, these few bots are target masters, these few bots are headmasters.
My Dinobots retrospect was literally saying that the Dinobots should not be a combiner. And then as I got to that part in the video, like Diamond Bolt, I did a crossover with Diamond Bolt. If you guys are not familiar with who Diamond Bolt is, he's an Australian YouTuber. He and I did the video. I added that clip in, and then they announced Volcanicus. As I'm in the middle of editing the video. And I'm like, no. So bad. And then I got the toy, and he sucks. That is a terrible toy. Volcanicus is
ugly combiner.
Ugly combiner once just for a Toy Hacks review, and that was it.
Oh
yeah,
I wasn't reviewing modern figures then.
And I'm not. I would say this much: I am not a fan of that toy, and that's why, like, you have that Grimlock, and I'm like, I want that Grimlock. I want a good Grimlock. I want all of the Dinobots in that scale.
He's a good-looking Grimlock, except Dino mode. He looks like he's a meth addict.
Oh yeah, missing those front teeth.
Okay. People have been making the add-on kit.
He looks like a Virginia dinosaur.
Yes, he needs dentures.
Yeah,
I can say that joke.
I'm from South Carolina. I can say the same joke. Yeah, Fire Talks has some teeth planned. He's down there. He will fix the teeth.
I will fix the teeth. Good.
You gotta call them Dino Dentures.
Dino Dentures.
Right. Dino Dentures.
Me, need dentures. I'm sure Greg Berger won't have an issue with the toy one way or the other. You know, he'll sign the toy too. So even if you have the physical toy.
Man. Yeah, Dinobot. Yeah, Dinobot needs dentures too. Same problem for Dinobot, missing front teeth.
He just looks damn derpy. That's a derp.
Oh, and the weird because of where the legs are. If you
the Dino boobs,
toy, but because of that, I've seen people online painted him, and they painted the part there for his chest.
Yeah. Oh, Grimlock going. You're in Florence? Well, you're not far away, brother.
What's that?
Grimlock Gone says he's in Florence.
Yeah, I've met Greg Berger in person. I met David Kay, Gary Chalk, Neil Kaplan, if you guys are familiar with him.
Yes, well, I know the name.
He was the voice of Optimus Prime in the 2001 Robots in Disguise, but he was also the voice of, I believe it was King Zarkon in the Netflix Voltron.
Oh, okay.
Paul Eiding's been one of my favorites that I've met. A super nice guy.
Who was that?
Paul Eiding, Perceptor.
Oh yeah. I've heard he was a good guy. Who else did? I mean, Cybertronic Spree, of course.
David Soblov, I've met him. He was Depth Charge in Beast Wars and Blitzwing and Bumblebee.
I have not met Rainy Esposito, unfortunately. I want to meet Neil Ross too. I definitely want to meet Neil Ross. Definitely want to meet him. He would be awesome because when I hit 100,000, will I do a jig on the song?
I'll do that when I hit 10K.
So the power short video. What's that? I don't understand what that is. What?
I'll do a jig to the song "You Got the Power." Probably means the touch.
Oh, okay.
On a short video.
I'll get copyright claimed for it, but maybe I will. Yeah, that would be really cool. Your favorite Green Goblin voice actor? Oh, cool. Dan Gilbazan, I've not met in person, but I've heard he's a good guy.
I met him. He was at TFCon last year, or the year I went.
I did meet Peter Cullen once in 2005 in New York City, and it was at a smaller convention. And the week before, I had gotten stung by a hornet.
In your head?
Right here. The hornet stung me right here. So my face was swelled out. And I was on medication. And I was not thinking clearly. And if I ever get the opportunity to interview him, talk to him, or whatever, I would personally apologize to the man.
Yeah.
He would
I can see you now.
Remember,
head swollen, high on drugs, just going, "You're my favorite GoBot." Get out of here, kid! You bother me.
And yeah. So it was hornet sting could be deadly. Yeah, she says I freaked out. That's right, because my girlfriend at the time was with me. And, when I met him, and I think he was the only big guest at that convention. They couldn't pay for anyone else, obviously. I did not get to hug Peter Cullen, no. And I'm sure
I'll tell you what, at TFCon, we're going to get there early. We're going to go up to somebody's table, remove their name placards from it, and all of us are going to sit down.
There you go.
Well, Fire Talk should have all of our little plaques done by then.
There we go.
That's right.
Just see them painted. So everybody can see the names. If you can't see the names, then it could be an issue.
Yeah, it was funny. I went with some guys last year, and I gave them all PPR T-shirts. Says, "Hey, thanks for rooming with me." And one during walking the floor, one of my friends came over to me and said, "I just had this guy come up to me and say, 'Man, you look different. What you do on YouTube?'"
I was so mad afterwards. Yes, I was. I didn't say what you wanted to say. Yep. Mm-hmm. I remember really well. It was not fun. And because he's Optimus Prime. It's like if you're a hardcore Star Trek fan and you meet William Shatner or Patrick Stewart and you fanboy out like a weird geek, and then you kick yourself for 10 years because like I had to very quickly. I met Tara Strong at New York Comic Con, and I met her specifically and I didn't even get to talk to her about Transformers because she was a Sorry Sumdac on Transformers. But because she's the voice of Twilight Sparkle, and my wife and daughter loved My Little Pony, so it was like I need to be, can you make a quick video for my kids? My wife, sure. And so she did that. And then she had to run to a panel. So I was the last person online.
Firetalk says he'll be there. Firetalk, we're supposed to get there Friday. I'm going to try to get there early Friday if I can, and we'll leave Sunday.
I think I booked the hotel.
Today, about 4-hour drive for me.
Yeah.
So usually, last time I left about 10. Got there.
It's about a 7-hour drive for us, but we're going to get there sometime Friday. I'm staying at the hotel the convention's in. We got a room at the Hilton there, so that's good. And then get there, hang out Friday for whatever the opening ceremony stuff is, and then all day Saturday, and then we may be able to, since we're at the hotel, we may swing in Sunday and then head out.
Oh, that's right. That's right. My wife, we just found out that I think no. When I met Tara Strong, it was in October. We didn't find out because. For Tara Strong, are you talking about Lita? Yeah, no, I met Lita from WWE, and I told her that before we told my family that we were pregnant. Thank you very much for the super
Anthony. Anthony's an awesome guy too. We're buddies on Instagram. Anthony's a great guy. Nice.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed. Roger, ready to move out. No. Which, speaking of which, it is getting that time. This is an absolute blast.
I took a Benadryl before I got on here, so I'm surprised I'm even like.
Oh,
I still got to get this Overlord video edited. I want to get it shot, or I want to get it edited and out, and I want to get this guy back to his owner because I love having him, but I'm afraid of him at the same time. I don't want to do anything.
I don't blame you. So I hope everybody enjoyed the time that we had. This was a lot of fun. Impromptu, always fun to talk with other Transformers YouTubers, talk to all of you guys online. It's a blast. My next retrospective video is coming soon. Be sure to subscribe to Kato, Patriot Prime, and Larkin, Fire Talks, and Deluxe as well, and Inutabi and Sardo. You guys are the Rejecticons, right?
Such a stupid name.
I know. It's hilarious, and I love it. And
if we thought it would have stuck as much as it did, we probably would have come up with something a little cooler.
It works.
Yeah, but if it came up with something else, it might not be as catchy.
Yeah, it was all because we didn't get to go to the TFCon that you did go to.
Well, hey, I didn't know you guys then.
No, we barely knew each other then.
And look how we've gotten along so well. Like it's this is awesome. I mean, to me, like I think it's cool that we can have conversations with each other and different Transformers YouTubers and nerds and stuff. And I mean, I brought other folks on too, like like I think what's her name, Danny Dolphin and I've been on their stuff, Input and I'm gonna
Raptors.
Names.
What's amazing, not only are we talking here, we got everybody on Facebook, Instagram, text. I mean, we're always talking.
Yeah.
It's going to be super weird at TFCon if like for a split second we're like, I don't even know what to say to you in person.
I know, right?
And text you.
Yeah, let's just sit there back to back and just get on the phone and text. It'll seem more natural.
Well, if you see a guy who's 6'2", reaching to give you a hug.
I'm running. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to be the short one between the three of us. At like 5'11", I'm going to be the short one.
How tall are you, Patriot Farmer?
6'4".
He's like 7'9".
You're taller than I am. There you go.
We need Deluxe there, and for some reason I imagine Larkin being short too. So, but Inutabi I think is fairly tall. I think he's 6 or a little greater than 6. I'm going to be the short guy, so Deluxe has got to be there.
It's all good. Yeah.
Oh, Larkin says he's 5'5".
What do we expect that out of you?
Lucky guess.
All right, boys. Well, I'm going to call it. Well, I'll let you wrap the show up. I mean,
all right, guys. Like I said, it's fun. So subscribe to everybody. Stay tuned for more. Lots of thank you so much for guys for getting us to 80,000. Let's go for 100,000 and subscribe to those, everyone else as well. And as always, guys, until next time, till all are one.